What's up, y'all? It's time for the season premiere of Ghost. In the first 5 minutes, wild.
Season 3 is not predictable at all.
She will kill us.
Wait.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 3, Episode 1. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And I know everybody is happy that Power has returned. And man, your girl Lauren, she actually survived. We talked about this time and time again over the last year. You had some people saying that she is gone, especially after Starz put out that RIP post. And then you had some others that stated that, well, that doesn't mean anything. We didn't see a body at all. And when you don't show a body, especially on TV, you already know something's up. And it seems like those people was right. And that was one of the main reasons why I never did a Remembering Lauren video. I mean, I based it off that and the simple fact that Courtney Kemp gave us clues that Lauren may still be alive based off what we seen in the episode where Effie allegedly took her out. So, like I said, what's going to happen next is going to get crazy. Jenny Sullivan, man, she playing your boy Cooper Saxe. He don't know nothing about this. Everybody believes that Lauren is dead. What's going to happen once Tariq realizes that she's not dead? And what's going to happen when he realizes that Effie was the one that did it or allegedly did it? How is that going to go? I mean, I know people are saying Effie is a Fed or whatever. We don't necessarily know a lot about Effie's character. Let's just be honest. We don't know if she's working with the Feds or not. My thing is, if she was working with the boys, why would she go and tell Kane, information about Lauren being a rat, wearing a wire? I just can't see law enforcement telling Effie to go and do that. I mean, this man Kane would eliminate Lauren just like that if he had the opportunity to. So for them to agree for Effie to do that, I don't see it like that. And that's why I want to know what happened that night that she was supposed to take out Lauren, because apparently the job didn't get finished. You know what I'm saying? And we saw in the trailers, with Effie pushing the car in the water. We don't know all the details of what really happened. And that's what makes all these theories very interesting, because we're lacking information. I mean, all we can do is come up with these different theories. But once everything is revealed, it will be a little bit more easier to understand what is really going down. But if I'm going off of Effie's body language and, the way she's acting, I mean, as of right now, because, my opinion can change, it really feels like she thought she took out Lauren or whatever, that Lauren is actually dead. But like I said, we're going to see what's going to happen down the line if that is the case, and if Effie really thought she did it, or was it a part of the game plan all along with, Effie to not kill Lauren and work with law enforcement? We shall see as the season continues to air out, but I know a lot of people have different theories and opinions about it, which it ain't necessarily wrong. I mean, we all gonna have different viewpoints, and we all gonna continue to talk about these different theories until we find out if any of them are true. So it is what it is. But let's begin the recap, man. This was a fire season opener. We got a lengthy episode. We didn't get that 50-minute stuff, 48-minute episode type stuff we've been getting, and that's what the fans want to see. But I don't know if episode 2 is going to be that way. Maybe they're going to go back to that type of style in the future. But I guess we're going to find out in next week's episode. But let's begin. What did we see in episode 1, titled Your Perception, Your Reality? Now, the episode starts out with us going back 3 months. And then we see Davis MacLean. He has the ring and he wants to sell the ring because he wants to get paid, right? But he does not want this to tie back to him. And then we fast forward to present day, and then we see your girl Noma. She's at the auction, and we end up seeing the guy that buys this ring for about $5.5 million. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. And once she was there, I knew she was going to have some type of connection to this ring. And I was thinking like, man, did your boy Mecca clap those cheeks? Did he promise her a great life just like he promised Monet a great life last season? Well, I guess he did. And this guy, he wasn't backing down. I mean, he was telling them just to get up out of here. Like, dude, are you crazy? They got straps. They're not playing around. You probably should have just started running. Like, what are you thinking? But I guess he had to learn the hard way. And since he was not willing to give up this ring, Noma said, you know what? I'm going to take it myself. And she chops off his lady's hand and takes the ring off her finger herself and puts it on. And then her crew, they eliminate both the guy and his lady. And they wasn't playing around, y'all. Like I told y'all, they're pretty much presenting this lady as a new threat. She's not playing around. They're showing us how violent she is, and most likely she's worse than Mecha, right? So we're going to see what she's going to do this season, and hopefully they don't kill her off so easily if that's what they want to do, because we know they got a tendency of killing off plugs super quick. So hopefully your girl Noma is able to survive, and we can talk about her character more than one season. I guess we're going to find out. Now, it is move-in day. Tariq, he is back on campus. He has Effie with him, and he's getting ready to move out. He's gathering his things. We can see the picture of his family, and Effie tells him, like, look, yes, I agreed to transfer here, but I want to be my own person. I just don't want to be, known as being your girl. And, Tariq tells her, you ain't got to worry about that. He's not trying to change her. Everything's going to be good. She's like the only person that he's been hanging around, and the only person that he can really trust, which we know that's going to change very, very quickly. They're just building up that strong connection with Effie and Tariq. That way, when he learns the truth of what happened to Lauren, he going to be pissed off, and it's going to be all hell for Effie. And it also depends on what really happened that night Lauren was supposed to be eliminated. We going to see, man. I cannot wait to find out how Effie is going to explain that story. Now, Brayden's mom, she shows up with his sister. She's supposed to be moving in, and they're pissed off, where at least the mom is pissed off. The sister was cool, but she's telling Tariq, you gotta go, and pretty much don't nobody even want you here for real. She's being very disrespectful. She's already pissed off about what happened to Brayden, so you already know she ain't feeling Tariq like that. But Becca, she did take up for him and tells him to take his time. It ain't that serious. Then we get to your girl Monet, and in this episode, she was pissed off. We already saw multiple exclusive clips. We saw her demeanor, and she's pretty much just still grieving for what happened to Zeke. Davis MacLean, he does come there. He tells her that the penthouse Mecha had is going to be hers because it was passed down to Zeke. But since Zeke is not here, she gets it, and we know she end up, telling Kane and Drew they can go ahead and just stay in that penthouse, which in my opinion, I thought was completely stupid. I don't think they should even be there at all. It's entirely too hot. And if you're looking for Mecha, if you want to know any intel about what happened, that will be the first place someone will look, especially after what happened to him. And that's exactly what Noma ended up going later on in the episode. Now, Lorenzo was pissed off because he was telling Monet that they're pretty much trying to do their job when it comes to finding out what happened to Zeke. Monet tells this dude, was I even talking to you? And she pretty much cussed at him as well. He was pissed off. He was embarrassed. And after Davis MacLean leaves, he tells her, you ain't gonna be talking to me like that. She tells him, look, she will cut him some slack when she puts a bullet in the person's head that end up taking out Zeke. And he's probably shook because he is the person that took out your boy Freaky Zeke. Now, we get to Brayden. We know he will be working with his uncle Lucas, and he tells him he liked what he did at Stansfield when it came to course correct, but he did not agree that Brayden told everyone that he did it. And he pretty much put hints out there that he is willing to do some illegal activity if he has to. He doesn't really like his pops like that. I mean, they don't have the best relationship. And then he meets Kiki Travis. He will be working with her, and he tells him you will learn a lot from her. And I know your boy Brayden was happy because this is going to be his new love interest. He definitely going to be clapping those cheeks, and he about to have a hell of a season. Then we get to your girl Dirty Diana. Monet was pissed off at her. She ain't even trying to talk to her after, Diana was trying to give her some food. She goes back in, has the conversation with Lorenzo. He tells her, just give her time. And we know that Diana will be going to Stansfield. And he tells her that her tuition, basically room and board will be paid. She good. And she just has to worry about the small things. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I know Diana, she's been wanting to go to Stansfield since season 1 when she was up there with Monet going to Zeke's games. But man, I would not want her to go there after what happened to Zeke and with all the bodies connected to the school. And we know that Tejada family name ain't the best. And in my opinion, I believe they're making it easier for law enforcement to pin everything on them, especially seeing that Diana's going to be there. Your boy Kane, he was spotted there numerous of times. Your boy Drew, he's always there kicking it with Ev. I mean, it makes no sense at all. If I'm Lorenzo, I'm telling her, yeah, you can go to school, but you're not going to Stansfield. We don't want you even that close to Tariq anyway. I mean, it's entirely too hot at that school, but I understand they want to have that connection with her being there with everybody else, with Tariq, Effie, just to, create an interesting storyline. But realistically speaking, I don't think she should be there. She needs to be far away from that school. Then we get to Tariq. He goes to the dean and he's like, man, I've been unassigned from my housing. I need to know what's up. And the dean tells him, look, it's a lot of alumni that believes he's, a threat. They don't really want him there. So it is some issues. Luckily, Rashad Tate was there to back up Tariq, pretty much saying that that's not fair on how he's being treated. Tariq tells him, I haven't been found guilty of anything, but we know this dean don't give a damn. Now, luckily, Rashad Tate tells him during his campaign rally, the last thing that he needs is, Stansfield being talked about as far as mistreating black males. So y'all know the dean ain't gonna have that. He ain't gonna go for that. And Rashad Tate tells Tariq, yes, I'm gonna need you for something, because Tariq knows Rashad Tate ain't doing this for free. But he does tell Tariq, like, look, you're making it easy for them to get you, to come at you. You need to change the narrative or whatever, right? And it's the theme of the episode. Your perception, your reality. Tariq has to change what people are thinking about him, and he's going to address this at the end of the episode when he was giving his speech about Zeke. Then we get to Drew and Ev. They're going to the penthouse, which I told y'all, I think it's completely stupid. Your boy Kane is throwing a party. I mean, it's deep up in there. And I'm thinking like, man, this is not a good idea. Drew was pissed off. Kane is talking about that he's trying to set up, a new plug to work with. And he's talking to the guy named Kai. And this guy, he's like, look, I'll work with you guys, but I want 60%. Like, really? 60%? And Kane's like, he's not going for it. Drew's like, look, can we do 30%? The dude still ain't trying to hear it. And Kane feels like this dude is trying to play him, especially based off the history that he has with his family and Lorenzo. And I believe Kane is going to put a beat down on this guy by the end of the season. He going to get beat down just like he got beat down on The Wood by Stacy. And if you watch The Wood, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I do believe that his character is going to have an interesting story this season. Now we get to Bash, and Bash is running his mouth. He was talking about how Brayden messed up in court, mentioning course correct, and he feels like it can, ruin his reputation. He's talking about how things did not work out with Simon Stern, and basically he needs money. Tariq ain't about to pay this dude anything. Tariq tells him he's broke, but Bash tells him like, look, you got 7 days to give me something, because if you don't, I'm going to go to the NYPD and I'm going to start snitching. I mean, Tariq, he's dealt with the GOAT of global snitching, so you ain't nothing. He going to take care of you easy. And Tariq actually was trying to work things out with him later on in the episode, but we know it didn't end well for your boy Bash. Then we get to Tariq, Brayden, and Kane, and Brayden is talking about how he wants to continue to do business. Things was going well, but we know it's kind of hot with the whole course correct. Kane, of course, he's like, nah, I don't really know about that. Like, I ain't trying to do no business with y'all. If I do any business with y'all, it's going to be with Effie. Where is she at? Tariq got pissed. You know what I'm saying? He tells him to keep Effie's name out of his mouth, and he says, son. Your boy Kane got pissed off, like, son, like, who you talking to? And then all of a sudden the lights go out and we see Obi, he got the strap. Noma, she's there. They pissed off. They want to know why they're even in there partying in Mecca's penthouse. They end up bringing in Rocky. She was quiet. She didn't know what went down with Mecca. She was confused as well. She said she just saw it on the news like everyone else. And all of a sudden, Noma took her out instantly. She did not hesitate at all. And she tells them that Mecca was a lieutenant in her organization. He was also her fiance, and she wants to know what happened to him. Now, they ain't talking, but then they got to, because Noma, she ain't playing around. She's about to end them quickly. Luckily, Tariq told her, like, look, we move weight for Mecca, and then everybody else, they chimed in on, what they can do to help out. Kane was talking about, yeah, I introduced him to all types of people. Brayden was talking about how they can move the weight just like Mecca and even better, and they have connections. Tariq tells them, like, look, we got some inside connections as well with law enforcement, because we know Mecca, he was snitching on her rivals, and he was keeping her out of law enforcement's way. Now, she is going to give them a chance. She says 30 days. I'm going to give you 30 days. If you don't make profit, then we know she's going to take them out. And right before the scene ended, she says, if anybody knows what happened to Mecca, it will be worth your while. And they, put the camera on Tariq when she said that. We know Tariq was there with Monet when she took out Mecca. The sad thing is this. We know Monet was telling Tariq later on in the episode that she feels like he is the only one that she can really trust, because he was with her when Zeke got taken out. The question is, as I told you guys in the past, Monet, she can't really trust Tariq for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really a question. It ain't no, should she trust him? She can't really trust him at all. And when it's all said and done, if Tariq had to, would he give up Monet, to Noma? in order to eliminate a potential threat in the future? Well, I guess we're going to see, but they zoomed in on Tariq for a reason. I just can't wait to see the conclusion of all of this. Now, Cane is trying to convince his family to work with Noma. Lorenzo is like, hell nah, we ain't working with nobody that's connected to Mecca. I mean, in his perspective, it makes a lot of sense. Like, why would you want to work with somebody that was connected to a global snitch? But Cane doesn't really have a choice. He needs to move all of this weight and he needs all the help that he can get. Monet, she just wants everybody to handle it. She's pissed off. She is still not in the right state of mind. Lorenzo tells Cane that he's not just about to jump because he says so. So y'all know it's going to be some friction in the air between the two, just like last season. But we know Drew was talking about how he will talk to Lorenzo to try to calm him down and to get him on board. And Drew does ask Cane who is he going to get to help him out, which we know it would be Brayden, Tariq, and Effie. And let's just be honest, we know Noma's going to find out the truth about what really happened to Mecca. And once that happens, it's going to be hell to pay. I want to know how this is going to end. Y'all let me know y'all predictions down below. Now, Tariq goes to Davis MacLean. He shows him the article about the couple at Central Park that got taken out. And we know these are the people that purchased that ring. And he tells them about Noma and how he's basically having to work for her. And if he does not, we know she's going to end up taking him out. And he needs Davis MacLean's help to get intel. Davis MacLean's like, well, that's cool, but I'm going to need to get paid. Tariq tells him, well, me not telling her, how that ring got put in the auction house is my payment. And he wants Davis MacLean to find out who's watching, that penthouse. And as all this is going down, we see your boy Cooper Saxe out there. He is trying to get some intel because he's going to go back and tell Jenny Sullivan everything that he knows. I mean, this guy, he is pretty much putting his life on the line, but his luck may run out this season. Then we get to Becca and Diana, and they're going to be sharing the room. This is the West End room that all the family members end up getting. We've seen this time and time again. We saw a little with Brayden, and now it is her turn. But I guess she talked to housing or whatever, and now Diana's going to be staying there, and she's telling her, look, I'm not going to tell my family that you are staying with me. And Diana's like, look, I'm not going to tell my family that I'm staying with the West End. So this whole little storyline between the two is going to get crazy. Dirty Diana, she is ex Stansfield, and now we're going to see just how much she's going to turn up. Now, we get to Professor Bennett's class, and somehow, some way, Diana, she's in the class. We got Brayden's sister, she's in the class. Of course, Tariq and all the other usual people that we saw from the last previous seasons. They're all in this American Psych class, and they're talking about what makes America. Now, they mentioned greed, opportunity, privilege, and perception. And we know the title of the episode is called Your Perception, Your Reality. So y'all know how they do in the classroom is always the theme of the show, right? The episode at least. And we end up getting introduced to the TA, Salim. He's going to be Diana's new love interest this season. And it was kind of funny seeing your girl Diana and Tariq in the same class, especially seeing that Effie is in there as well. And they get to talking about, Zeke, because everybody perceives him as, I guess, a jealous murderer or whatever. They don't see him who he really is. And Tariq did mention that truth always beats perception, so it doesn't really matter. And Effie mentions that there is no truth, there's only perception. And Diana did not like that because now she's talking about, so everybody's going to believe that Zeke is just an accused murderer or whatever. And Professor Bennett tells her, yes, people will believe that unless someone changes the narrative. And we know Tariq, he will try to, attempt to change that narrative later on in the episode when he gives that speech about Zeke. And this is the same thing Rashad Tate told him at the very beginning of the episode. Change your narrative, and because you're making it easy for these people to come at you because you're giving them exactly what they're looking for. Now, Baz thought it was a great idea to go to Brayden and make some threats to him, just like he did Tariq. So I'm just looking like, man, you pissed off Tariq and now you're going to go to Brayden running your mouth. All you're doing is increasing your chances of being taken out in this episode. Now, Cane pulls up on Effie. He is trying to tell her that Tariq is back in the game, and he hasn't told her anything about that. And we know Effie, she wants to be a part of it. And Cane, all he is trying to do is get in good with Effie. And to be honest, he probably trying to clap those cheeks. We know Tariq does not like Cane messing around with Effie, but Cane believes that Effie and Tariq are not on the same page because Effie was the one that went behind his back and told Cane about Lauren. So this is why he's going to her, and he feels like, Tariq is trying to keep her out the business. So y'all already know she will approach Tariq about that information. Cane gets a text from Brayden to meet up, and that's exactly what he does later on in the episode. Now, Davis MacLean is talking to this doctor. We saw this exclusive clip a few days back about his brother Theo Rollins. He has, I believe, hepatitis B and D, and he's pretty much done for. I mean, he don't have that much time to live. He cannot get a liver transplant. And in order for him to get this new drug, he has to be free. So Davis MacLean is even more pressured to get his brother out. He makes a call to Cooper Saxe, and he wants to make sure Cooper Saxe is doing what he has to do to get his brother out as well. And he tells Cooper Saxe to find out who is looking over Dante Spears' penthouse. That's because he wants to get that intel for Tariq. Now, Jenny Sullivan wants to know why Davis MacLean wants to get Theo Rollins out so bad, and she wants, Cooper Saxe to look into it, but it doesn't seem like that's very important to him. And we know Cooper Saxe doesn't really have a lot of evidence for her, and she's like, look, I guess I'm going to leave because you're not giving me nothing. He tells her, like, look, I know Davis MacLean is working with Tariq again. He don't know what they was talking about, but he saw them talking earlier on, and he wants her to get some intel on who's watching Mecca's penthouse. And she's like, look, are you playing me? Like, what's going on? Cooper Saxe is like, nah, I'm not playing you, but we know Jenny Sullivan is definitely playing Cooper Saxe to get evidence, to get some leverage. So she's using Lauren's death, fake death, to get Cooper Saxe to do exactly what she wants him to do. I know people was asking, who is Jenny Sullivan's, CI? Well, the CI is Cooper Saxe. If anybody was confused about that, he is the CI. He is the guy that's giving her some intel in order for her to get the evidence she needs to take down the Tejada family, Tariq, and anybody else that's involved, and Davis MacLean as well. And the reason that I know this is because if you watch the episode and pay attention to certain details, you can tell that he is her CI, and I can understand how it could be confusing because we saw Lauren and we know Effie is still some mystery behind what really happened that night. She was supposed to take out Lauren, but the description of Cooper Saxe's character, it pretty much states that he is her CI. So I just wanted to put that out there to you guys. Now we will be going over some characters and we will talk about some of those descriptions, and it would be a good idea to do that because after this first episode, I know a lot of people want to talk about some of the new characters, so we're definitely going to do that very soon. Now Brayden meets up with Kane and he tells him about Bash and how he's a threat, and he wants Kane to basically do it. And Kane's like, man, you crazy? Like, won't you do it? I mean, you took out Lauren. This should be easy work for you. I mean, Lauren was your friend. This dude, he's your enemy. So won't you go ahead and get it done? But we know Kane ended up helping this guy out. He tells him, look, I will go, but you coming with me. Matter of fact, you gonna be the one that's gonna do it. So Brayden is shook because he's never taken out anybody before, but Kane believes he has. So in his heart, he believes this is gonna be easy for Brayden. Now Tariq is up there having a conversation with Bash, and he was actually trying to do business with him, trying to get him to clean his money, but it seems like Bash has different plans. He tells Tariq that's not happening, and he ends up telling him, no matter what, you can't be somebody that you're not, and all your friends, they end up dead, and ain't what he trying to be on. Know what I'm saying? He says, your dad, he dressed up in a suit, but we know who he was, and you're basically doing the same thing. You're just like your pops. And Tariq got pissed off. He states that he's not his pops, and he ain't going down like that. Now, Bash decides to continue to piss him off even more. Tells him, yes, you are. I mean, you basically just in a different attire, and you ain't nothing but a criminal. I know the truth. You a thug, and if you don't pay me, I will ruin your life. So he is continuing to make these threats towards Tariq, and I'm guessing he doesn't think nothing's going to happen to him, but I'm looking like, dude, are you crazy? You talking all that stuff. Don't be surprised if he takes you out. And that's exactly what Tariq ended up doing. He done caught a body already in the very first episode. Bash was running his mouth. I did see some of you guys mention that Tariq told Ghost himself that he is Ghost. You know, I mean, he said, look, I'm you. But when everybody else mentions that he's like his pops, he gets pissed off. So what's up with that? Tariq cannot afford to be losing his temper this early on. I mean, if you mention his pops, it's like it's a trigger. And I believe that's going to continue to happen throughout the season. Now, Brayden and Kane, they come in because they was about to have to take out this dude, but Tariq already did the job, and now they have to all clean up this mess to make sure it does not come back to them. Now, Jenny Sullivan gets intel from Blanca Rodriguez that it was Detective Kevin Whitman that's out there watching Mecca's, penthouse. And we find out that they purposely did this as far as, allowing Monet to inherit Mecca's stuff in order to see what type of people they're going to attract there. Smart, and it's going to allow them to get more intel. Now, Blanca does tell Jenny that Tariq was there the night that Mecca ended up getting taken out. Jenny did not know anything about this, and she wants to know why she did not know. And Blanca tells her because they did not put that out to the public because they did not want to spook Tariq. And Jenny is talking about how she believes Tariq, Brayden, the Tejada family, and Davis MacLean, they're all a part of a criminal, enterprise, and she wants to basically build up a RICO case, but she still needs more evidence. And basically, she wants to make a joint federal task force. She wants to join up with Blanca Rodriguez in order to take all of these guys down. And like I said, it's going to be very risky. And the sad part is Cooper Saxe does not even know that Jenny is using him. He does not know all the details about what she's doing. And she's going to do whatever it takes to get exactly what she wants. And if she has to lie to him, so be it. Now, we get to your boy Tariq. He's having a conversation with Effie about what he's doing as far as the business. Remember, he does not want Effie being around all of this because he believes something bad would happen to her. And Effie tells him, like, look, I am not Lauren. You do not have to watch after me. I can handle myself. But he does not want that to happen. And she tells him, like, look, I'm trying to make money and I can help move this weight. Just let me be a part of it. And, he can't say no. It's hard for him to say no to Effie. She was telling him how whatever happened to Lauren was just an accident and it's not his fault. And he has to just accept the fact that he could not do anything about it. But man, with this big thing about Lauren comes out, it's going to get crazy, man. It's going to change the whole storyline. And I cannot wait to see it. Now they get to the memorial. We see your boy Rashad O'Dowd Tate. He got him a chick on his side, and then he runs into his old flame, Professor Bennett. And when he saw her, he could not keep his eyes off of her. And she told him a true leader keeps his eyes on the prize right there in front of his chick. And we know these two will be hooking up this season. This is his love interest. I can't wait to see it. They will have some problems along the way, and those problems will remind them on why things did not work out in the past. Now, we get to your girl Diana. She has set up this whole memorial for Zeke. And she wants to, to get Monet's attention, to show her, like, look, I really care. I'm trying to do something special. But Monet, look at her. I mean, she is still out of it. She doesn't care about what Diana is doing. And we know deep down inside, she blames Diana for all of this, especially after what happened in season 2. Now, Salim, he did not waste any time. He's trying to clap Diana's cheeks right now. And she tells him, if you're going to sit right here, you got to work on your game because we know the lines that he is saying is straight up trash. Now, we get to your girl, Little Mo, and she was out there blowing. She was singing, "It's So Hard to Say Goodbye," and all you can do is think about your boy, Freaky Zeke. They end up showing Monet. She's looking at Zeke's jersey that they brought to her. She can't take it at all. They end up retiring Zeke's jersey as well, and it's getting real sad. I mean, the first 2 seasons of this show, there was fire, especially having your boy Freaky Zeke there. He had us cracking up each and every week, and they showed, some memories of what Monet was thinking about in her head about Zeke. Man, it's a damn shame to what happened to him. And Monet, she had to go to the back and just, calm down because it was getting real tough for her out there. Now, Tariq, he gives his speech about Zeke, and he did a hell of a job. We know he used the theme of the show, your perception, your reality, and he's telling people that Zeke was a good guy or whatever, and that all was taken from him because he was shot in the back from a gun of a coward. And they showed Lorenzo and the look on his face. He was pissed off, like, dude, like, I'm not a damn coward. It was so funny. Now, Tariq ended up basically trying his best to clear Zeke's name, saying that even though those charges was dropped, his image was still messed up, and he's not going to let Zeke go out like that because he knows how it feels, right? And then some guy in the crowd said, well, but you did it. And we talking about Professor Jabari Reynolds. I mean, once he said that, Tariq, he kind of like played it off, but we saw what he was thinking about all the people and bodies that he's dropped off. And we know what your boy Bash told him earlier on in the episode. You are not, innocent or whatever. You're a thug, you're a criminal. And it seems like, Tariq, he wants to change that, thought, that perception in people's head that that's who he really is or whatever. And he said that Zeke would give him a chance and that's his goal or whatever. So we're going to see what he's going to do. We know Tariq goes in the back. He checks up on Monet. We saw this exclusive clip about this scene right here. She pretty much tells Tariq that in some way she feels like he's the only one that she can trust because he was with her and if it's anything that he can do. And we saw your boy Lorenzo. He was sitting out there, this guy was shook, hoping and praying that no type of intel comes out of Tariq's mouth. Now, You guys let me know. Do y'all believe that Tariq set all of this up last season when he told Drew that tell Diana not to look in that bag? I mean, he knew she would look in that bag just based off her actions. I mean, Diana is nosy, right? So a lot of people believe that maybe this was just a game plan for him to destroy the Tejada family from the inside because he's tired of them always trying to screw him over. Last season, we know Kane set him up with that badge in his room. We know Drew and Diana, they robbed him for product. So he's pissed off. And remember, when he went to jail and he got out, he told Effie he's going to get at the Tejada family. So that would be crazy if Tariq really did set this up all from one move. And that one move was very crucial to the Tejada family. Now, we get to Detective Kevin Whitman, and this guy, he don't give a damn. He was the one outside, investigating Mecca's penthouse, and Jenny is telling him, like, look, dude, you're supposed to be at your desk. You're not even supposed to be on this anymore. He said all of this is linked to Monet Tejada. He believes she's behind, Professor Milgram's death. It's not a suicide, and he believes she's behind Zeke's murder and Lauren's murder. He does not believe nothing they talking about. Now, Jenny tells him just to back down. Do not investigate this or it's going to be some trouble. We know she is trying to hide what really is going down with Lauren, and she definitely does not want this dude getting anywhere close to that. Now, we get to Tariq, Brayden, and Kane and Effie, and then they go into the warehouse to meet up with Obi, and they see all of the product that they're about to be pushing, and it's a lot. And they like, man, we really got to put in the work to put out this product. Effie is questioning Tariq as far as doing business with Kane and the Tejada family. She does not necessarily believe that they probably should be doing it, but with all this work, you got to do what you got to do. You're going to need all the resources you can get. But for Effie to tell Tariq, does he trust the Tejada family, lets me think that something's going to happen down the line this season. And this is what I was talking about earlier on in the episode when Noma told him, if it's any intel about what happened to Mecca, it will, do you well if you was to tell me that, right? So will Tariq make his move on the Tejada family this season? Well, we're going to find out. I do believe he's going to have the opportunity to do so, but I just don't know what type of decision he's going to make. Now, we get to the end of the episode. We see your girl Jenny Sullivan go to this undisclosed house. And when she was going to this house, I knew, like, okay, we're definitely about to see something crazy. It's definitely about to be a twist. And lo and behold, your girl Lauren, she is alive. And she is telling Jenny, how much longer do I have to pretend that I am dead? So we know she's getting tired of pretending. She wants to go back to her normal life. We know Jenny tells her, we got to continue to do this. I mean, no one can know that you're alive, not even your parents. So I can't wait to see how this whole storyline is going to play out. And all those clues that we got last season, they are actually true. So even though Stars, posted up on their Instagram page, Ghost Stars, it doesn't matter if they put R.I.P. Lauren. It is not true at all. She is alive. She is well. And the clues from last season, as far as Lauren being in Tariq's dream and not going into the classroom, we talked about that, and her not going in there, that was one of the main clues that, basically told us that she was alive because the room was full of dead people, but she never walked in there. And even the song that was playing when Effie allegedly took out Lauren, it gave us clues that it did not actually happen. So this is why I cannot wait to see what happened that night with Effie. Hopefully they do show us that in the next episode. And it seems like everybody that said Lauren was alive, you were right. You know what I'm saying? As I told y'all, this is one of the main reasons I did not feel 100% comfortable making that Remembering Lauren video. And I saved a lot of time by not doing so. But y'all let me know, man. How do you feel about episode 1? It was straight up fire. A lot of different things happened. We got the new plug Noma. She's definitely dangerous. But how would Tariq deal with everything? And if he did have the chance to take down the Tejada family, will he stay loyal to them or will he go against them? And hopefully we get to see that this season. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I will catch you guys for the episode 2 What to Expect video very soon. So stay tuned for that. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.